What's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are having a good day. I got the sun in my face. I got my nice little cuppy of eggnog. We're ready to go. So, Christmas is coming up, a couple days. I love this time of year. It's my favorite. It's just around good people, good friends, good family. Get some really good food. Having like chocolate chip cookies, cinnamon rolls. I made some cinnamon rolls last week. They were pretty good. Not quite where I wanted them to be, but I'm gonna try that again today. And I feel like get a little closer spiritually at the end of the year, Christmas time. Talking about doing some gifting, some receiving, and also evaluating yourself, because you're getting to the end of the year, and I'd say a good amount of people have New Year's resolutions. I think everyone should have some goals, some plans going into the next year of what they want to achieve and accomplish there. So I've been doing my own reflecting, and my New Year's resolution last year was, and this was my goal, right? I wanted to be healthier, and I wanted to lose 50 pounds by July 1st. 50 pounds by July 1st. And I was excited about it because, well, not really excited. It was more out of shame because I was overweight. And I remember, I think I saw something on Twitter, like a BMI calculator. And I was like, all right, let me see where I'm at. And checked it out, put my weight in, and it said I was obese. And I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I don't think I'm obese. I think I look all right. But just seeing that on my phone, having something tell me that I was obese, I was like, I gotta change something. Like, I can't be doing this. So I'm 5'10", right? And at the start of last year, or really this year, at the start of this year, I was 227. I was 227. So I wanted to lose 50 pounds. I wanted to get to, what would that be, 177 by July 1st. So I'll spoil that for you. That didn't happen. But I got a lot of good from making that goal. Because we're getting to the end of the year, like 10 days left in the year. I'm sitting here and I'm 200 pounds. So I would count that as a win still. Definitely much stronger, way more athletic than I was at the start of the year. So I'm happy. And really, I just started stacking some habits. It's like, all right, I'm going to drink more water, track my calories, track, everything I'm eating, and be conscious of what I'm putting in my body, and work out 5 times a week for like an hour. So that was my goal. And I would say immediately I saw results. Just by doing those simple things. And it's crazy because, again, as we got into the year, I still do those habits. Like, I still track my calories. I still go to the gym 5 times a week. So a lot of those things I still do. I still, look forward to eating clean, eating healthy, putting good whole foods in my body, getting outside, getting some time in the sun, that kind of stuff. But it is crazy because you talk to like the normal average person, right? And they don't even have a plan. Like, they don't even have any goals or things that they're excited about. They probably don't even have a New Year's resolution. They don't even have a schedule. That to me is the craziest thing. Like, if I didn't have a schedule, I would just be anxious all the time. When I didn't have a schedule in the past, it was years ago, I just waste days just like figuring out what I'm going to do. Just like kind of pacing around like, oh, well, I could do this. I could go to the gym. I could, watch a movie. I could blah, 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 blah. You're just wasting your day. And it's like, if you don't have a schedule, do you have a plan for anything? Like, you're just straight going with the flow? That's crazy. So, yeah, man, to help me, kind of stay on track with some of these other goals of just overall getting healthier, I really had to make a plan. And I think what helped me too was having a SMART goal, right? I'm sure, anybody went to college, maybe you've heard of SMART goals. Maybe they teach that in high school now too, but that's where I heard it, was in college. So a specific goal, so that's the S. Measurable, M. Achievable, A. What's the R? Realistic. And timely, time bound. So, my goal of being like, hey, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, right? So specific, measurable, by July 1st, timely, I guess, what was the R again? I always forget the R. Reasonable, right? Something like that. I said it earlier. That's like that should be my SMART goal for next year, is remember what SMART goal stands for. But and you could argue if it was achievable. I think that's an achievable goal. It was definitely a hard goal, but that's what kind of kept me at it, was it was hard. Going into next year, it's like, you could set yourself a goal, and, you should try to have something that inspires you. If it's not hard, like, is it really inspiring you to give your best effort? The way that I like to do it, because a lot of hitting your goal too is, I spilled some eggnog. It's having that emotional management from your goals. So what I was taught to do, again, in sales, great technique, shout out my manager Paige, she taught me this, was make a could do, should do goal. So the should do is like your base. It's just like your straight baseline of your goal. So the minimum goal to hit, this is what I should be doing. If I'm not doing this, what am I doing? Like, I'm not really going after this goal. I'm not really excited about it. So the should do should be something that gives you some energy, makes you feel good, right? So that's why I still feel good, is because like my could do was my 50 pounds, losing the 50 pounds. But my should do was like 20, was like 20, 25. And I was like, hey, if I could lose 20 pounds, cool. I think like the median for me is like 35. My could do is 50. Like, I could, if everything goes right, lose 50 pounds. So I think that's the best way to make a goal, because it's like, hey, yeah, I should be hitting this baseline. Then you have like a kind of median goal in there. And then you have your could do goal. And that's like, if everything goes right, this is what I'm going to do. That always makes you feel good. But I've kind of gotten used to making goals and making these like crazy, outrageous goals and falling a little short but still feeling good because I was past my baseline. I saw a lot of growth. And I developed. I progressed. I got better. You know, and getting these little advancements, moving up ever so slightly every day, just with that discipline, with having those smaller goals in place, doing that planning, it adds up. It adds up. So if you're not a planner, start planning. I mean, I think the best time to get into it is now, like, especially this week. This is perfect. Christmas is on a Thursday. So a lot of people, if you work like a normal job, like a normal corporate job or something, you probably have most of the week off, right? Thursday off, maybe Friday off, probably Wednesday off, right? Or at least you have a couple days off. Start planning if you got like some downtime before family, friends come over, and think about, hey, what do I want to hit next year? What's important to me? Maybe it's not losing weight. Maybe you got your weight and everything under control. Maybe you're super healthy. Maybe it's like, hey, I want to learn a new language. Maybe I want to make more money. Right? And start building it out. Make those could do, should do goals. Changed my life once I started making could do, should do goals. And make it SMART goals. I know a lot of people are just going to be like, oh, I want to lose weight. That's not a goal. That's not a goal. I used to do that. I'd lose nothing. If anything, I'd gain weight because it wasn't specific. It wasn't time bound. It wasn't achievable. Yeah, maybe losing weight's achievable, but like to what extent? And just taking those little steps every day, new day, wake up and you get after it. And that's how you see some progress. It's not going to happen all at once. Rome wasn't built in a day. But yeah, end of year. I love it. Things just get so spiritual. Like, it feels good. You feel like, okay, I'm reborn into a new person at the start of the next year. So it's a good time to get fired up. That's really all I got. I'm just about done with my eggnog, and it's getting a little cold. So I'm going to go back inside. I'm probably going to try and post a little bit more this week since I am one of those lucky fellows who has off for a good portion of the week. So I'm going to celebrate some of that with my family, do a little last minute Christmas shopping, probably bake some cookies, some cinnamon rolls. We'll try those again. Maybe I'll show you guys if I'm really if I'm really feeling good. The last ones didn't rise at all. They were really dense, just super thick, but they were really good. So I'm gonna try those again. Maybe that's something I should put on my goals for next year. Get a little better at baking. But yeah, I'll work on some of that and hopefully get a couple more videos out as we prep for next year. So go crush the day. Talk to you guys soon.